Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Juz Amma, Surah Naba, Ayat number 7 and 8. Repeat after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والجبال 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 أوتادا 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 وخلقناكم 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 أزواجا وخلقناكم أزواجا وخلقناكم أزواجا وخلقناكم أزواجا وخلقناكم أزواجا وخلقناكم أزواجا وخلقناكم أزواجا. Important points for ayat number 7. Here in the word waljibala, we are going to, there is lam, and on lam there is sukoon as a jazm. So we are going to read it with the previous letter, waljibala, like this. And then on jim there is kasra, which means it is from harakah. We are going to read it quickly because it is mutaharrik. And then ba, waljibala. Here there is alif madda, which means before alif there is fatha. So we are going to extend it for about 2 counts, as in 2 harakah. Waljibala, like this, because it is alif madda. And then on lam there is fatha, which means that it is mutaharrik, harakah. So we are going to read it quickly. Waljibala, like this. And then in the word awtada, here there is waw sakin, as in waw sukoon, and before that there is fatha, which means that it is waw leen. We are going to read it softly and quickly because it is waw leen. Aw, 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 like this. Awtada, like this. And then on ta, here before alif there is fatha, which means that it is alif madda. as in we are going to extend it for about 2 counts, as in 2 harakah. Auta, 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 like this, because it is alif madda. And then lastly on dal there is fathatain, and because it is in the end of the ayah, we are not going to read it as it is written, as in fathatain. We are going to read it as alif madda, which means that we are going to read the 1 haraka in dal, and we are going to read it together with alif. Autada, which means that we are going to extend it for about 2 counts, as in 2 haraka. But because this is in the end of the ayah, you can also extend it for about 4 counts, as in 4 haraka. Autada, like this. Now let us see the important points of ayah 8. وَخَلَقْنَاكُمْ. Here, of course, waw, kha. Both of them there is harakah as in fatha. So we are going to read it quickly. Wakha, wakha, like this. They are mutaharrik, and also make sure to pronounce the kha properly. It is one of the heavy letters as in huruf musta'aliya. So we are going to pronounce it heavily. Wakha, like this. And then after lam there is sukoon. So we are going to read it together with the previous word, which is lam. وَخَلَقَ وَخَلَقَ, like this, because there is sukoon. And also the rule of qalqala applies here, because on qaf there is sukoon, which is one of the letters of huruf qalqala, which means that there will be a bounce in the word qaf while reading this. وَخَلَقَ وَخَلَقَ وَخَلَقَ, like this. Make sure also to pronounce the qaf properly. It is one of the heavy letters, so make sure to pronounce it properly. And now the next one here on noon, there is standing fatha, as in we are going to extend it for about 2 counts, as in 2 haraka. Also, standing fatha is equivalent to alif madda. So just how we pronounce the alif madda, we are going to also pronounce the standing fatha exactly the same. وَخَلَقْنَا وَخَلَقْنَا وَخَلَقْنَا, like this. And then lastly here, meme sakin is there, meme sukun, as in meme, on meme there is jazm, and before that there is dhamma. So we are going to read it together with the previous letter. And then also after meme sakin there is hamza. Why we are calling this hamza is because there is sign on the alif, as in there is fatha. Whenever the alif has a sign, as in fatha, dhamma, kasra, or any sign, it becomes hamza. So because there is hamza after meme sakin, it means that it is izhare shafawi. So we are going to read it quickly without any gunna. Make sure not to do any gunna and no pressure there is on meme. Wa khalaqnakum as, like this. Make sure there is no pressure. Wa khalaqnakum. Don't do this. Wa khalaqnakum, like this. And then lastly, in the word azwaja, there is sukoon on za. So we are going to read it together with the previous word, which is hamza, as. And also make sure to pronounce the za properly. Za is pronounced as a buzzing sound, as, like this. And then azwaja, here there is alif madda, as in before alif there is fatha. So we are going to extend it for about 2 counts, as in 2 haraka. Azwa, azwa, like this. And then lastly on jim there is fathatain, but we are not going to read it as it is written, as in jan, azwajan. We are not going to read it that way. We are not going to include the noon sound there. But because this is in the end of the ayah, that is why we are going to read it as alif madda, as in we are going to take 1 haraka, 1 fatha from fathatain, and add an alif here. Azwaja, like this. Usually alif madda is extended for about 2 counts, as in 2 haraka. But because this is in the end of the ayah, we are going to extend it for about 4 counts. Now repeat after me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا 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 والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا. This was Juz Amma, Surah Naba, Ayat number 7 and 8. جزاكم الله خيرا كثيرا. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.